Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 8 of Ultimate Spider-Man. Now as you know, issue 8 is meant to start off the whole Ultimate Kingpin arc, where Ultimate Peter will try to bust the whole Kingpin organization. And I think after seeing from how from issue 7 to 8 will play out, you do get a feel there was a lot of stuff that came across as rushed, enforced, or just not really knowing how Ultimate Spider-Man was going to play out. So, let's get on with the story. It starts off with, introducing the ultimate version of the Shocker, who instead of wearing a kind of quilt-like costume, wears a more punk bad boyish look. And we see one of the officers saying, please, just take whatever you want. Huh, no, I want you to crawl over here and hand it to me. I want you to give it to me. Oh, if you say so. And we see how, Ultimate Spider-Man mainly takes down Ultimate Shocker. And we see how, he mainly webs his electrical gauntlets, which, gives him the shock of a lifetime. And this is going to be a play on how Ultimate Shocker is much like a punching bag, much like his main Earth counterpart. And we see how the officers get the wrong idea about Ultimate Spider-Man, and mainly quickly leaves. And we do kind of see how, at Midtown High, Kenny Con, Ultimate Flash, and that are talking about the prize money that the Daily Bugle is offering. And Ultimate Peter sees this as a good opportunity, so mainly takes pictures of himself. And this does come off as a little enforced, rushing Peter's job right away. I think what Spectacular Spider-Man got right with Peter's job here is that, Peter unintentionally stepped on a couple of toes in Spectacular Spider-Man just to get the money and the job, and left, Eddie, Gwen, and even the Connors furious with him. And we do kind of see how, Peter shows up at the Daily Bugle, mainly goes to meet Ultimate Robbie Robinson. And we see how, this is going to be where his future job will be, meeting all the staff members and that. We kind of see how Jameson wants more pictures of Spider-Man. And we see Ultimate Peter showing them the photos. And we see Ultimate Jonas saying, who on God's green earth are you? I called. I have pictures of Spider-Man. Where'd you get these? He came to my school. You go to Midtown? Yes. And we kind of see how, he points out about the pictures being crap and that. But we see how he decides to keep one of them and offers him $50. And we see how Ultimate Betty Brant complains about the web designing site that she's meant to be working on keeps crashing. And we see how Ultimate Peter does his whole miracle work, given the fact he is quite brainy and a genius. And we see how, thanks to Ultimate Peter's efforts, Ultimate Jameson gives him a job designing the sort of website and helping to maintain it every day after school. And we see how Aunt May wants to talk with Peter after she gets a phone call from him. And it's even implied by Jameson's phone call that, it didn't go so well with Ultimate Aunt May. And we see him saying, you ever do that to me again, and I'll toss you out a window. And we see how, Ultimate Peter mainly has a dream when he's Ultimate Spider-Man, ends up meeting the guy who killed Uncle Ben, and of course, ends up waking up from his nightmare, and we see how Ultimate Aunt May goes to see if Peter's alright, but giving him a hug to feel better. And we see how Ultimate Peter is slowly in class by himself, wanting to find answers about Uncle Ben's killer. So of course, does a little bit more research on his uncle's killer, and learns about that he's part of an organised crime, which is courtesy of Ultimate Wilson Fisk. But we see how, Ultimate Peter talks with Robbie Robinson about the whole Kingpin thing, but turns out that Kingpin is a smart man, and they did try to bust him, but he bought stocks in the company, and they know that, anything they do is going to come with dangerous repercussions. And we see Ultimate Peter saying, oh yeah? Well, we'll see. And this is the story. So I think, yeah, issue 8 is kind of okay, but I think this is the reason I think it's trying to rush things too quickly. Like, yeah, already trying to rush in Peter's job, it's already trying to throw in the next big villain too quickly, but I think what Spectacular Spider-Man got right as a TV show is showing the consequences of Peter trying to get the Bugle cash money. And yeah, the thing about Peter in Spectacular Spider-Man, he did try to do the right things, but it always came with a consequence. Like, yeah, as soon as he took his pictures with the fight of the lizard, you could tell Eddie, Gwen, and the Connors were justifiably furious. And yeah, any decision Peter made only made Eddie unintentionally worse. It was clear that both Eddie and Peter brought out the worst in each other, but failed to take responsibility. I think the thing is, I can understand Bendis wanting to do something new and fresh with the series, but a lot of the ideas for the 2000 run definitely came with a lot of questionable choices and decisions. It comes across with trying to rush a new product, but not knowing where it really wanted to be. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of okay, kind of alright, but it really doesn't know really what its pacing is meant to be. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.